What's going on, guys? Your boy HQ420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode of Day Zero. It is day 221. We have the entire crew here with us. Powerful one, immaculate one, spiritual one, me the one. Guys, are you snowed in? It's snowing there, right? And it's snowing where y'all at?
No,
We're getting there.
Oh,
It's
we're
not
fucking
here.
snowed in. We're snowed in here
No
in Fort
snow.
Collins.
How much snow do you have?
wait, what?
Not much, maybe 3-4 inches, but it's coming down. Like right now, it's whiteout conditions. Like I wouldn't drive a fucking car 10 feet in this fucking weather at
Wow.
all.
Oh, I got to go pick up my daughter at a barn like after this call, and it's not snowing at all here.
It's
Oh,
snowing. I
okay.
think we've
It's
got
cold.
like an inch or two maybe, and it's
Cold
still
as
coming
balls.
down. But it's like the most idyllic, beautiful, fluffy flakes. It's really pretty.
All right, I
just
need
said
someone to explain something to me.
Okay.
There's a
go ahead.
conspiracy theory that the government made this snowstorm happen. Can someone
To make-
please
to
enlighten
make
me on this?
Minneapolis
'Cause
stop.
this is going around.
No, what made this happen is the sun. The
Well,
sun
I
fucking
mean,
exploded, and we got shit stormed with all kinds of proton storm, X-ray storm, fucking EMF. Like all the shit was hitting us.
Mhm.
And this is the result. It's every time. It's predictable as fuck. And so this is the fallout.
Let me ask another question. So with all that shit going on, bombarding Earth and all that stuff, that's kind of what's happening, right? All these rays and particles and sun stuff and astrophysics shit that I don't know about. Could astronauts survive in a little tin can up in space on the way to the moon if that shit were to all be going on?
If they were shielded in gold, allegedly, yeah.
Yes, the gold foil. I told you that there was only one spot on the earth and it only had a finite amount. Okay, they haven't been able to find another spot with this magical gold foil. That is the key to this. Everybody looks back at it, fake, not fake. The key is to find out where they got this gold foil from. All right. That
What's
is the key.
crazy
when
is
they
that
go to the
people
low
could
Earth orbit.
Go.
Oh, I'm sorry. When they go to low Earth orbit, they're still within the magnetosphere, if I'm not mistaken. They're still in the realm of protected from all that stuff. So I don't see why going to low Earth orbit's a big fucking deal. It seems like that's pretty okay. Which brings up why they fake those stupid videos with the fucking strings and shit. But yeah, so the moon landing is seemingly back in the flow of conversation a lot lately. Bart Sabrell just did a debate with like one of the astronauts who went to the moon, and that guy halfway through the interview, he's like, "Wait a minute, you don't think we went to the moon?" Like halfway through a debate, he figured out what the fuck they were talking about. So that really didn't help anything. But here's what I'm stuck on with the fucking moon landing. Of
Perfect
all the
for
bullshit
NASA.
we've seen, the thing I'm stuck on is the fuel. Elon Musk has made it very, very fucking clear. You got to get like 8 or 9 refueling missions just to get them up to speed, to get them to fly out of Earth orbit. And they didn't do none of that shit the first like 7 times they went to the moon. They just went with one little tank, got to the moon, got back with the same tank of gas, no refueling at all. I think that's the definitive nail in the coffin more than anything else. What do you guys
It
think?
was
Well, I mean,
the fuel was Jack Parsons' sex magic. They didn't need
Okay.
other fuel.
and that particular craft they went up in was more fuel efficient than the newer stuff right now. So I mean, it's like
It ran on demons.
mean,
So
there you go. Hey, demon time and go full. I mean, that shit to get you up there. Nephilim and go full will get you to the moon. All right.
Yep.
And then you see some shit, and then no. Okay, so let's just say this. Let's say they got to the moon. They seen some shit, and they were like, "Holy fucking shit! Let's fake a moon landing because this shit is scary."
Yeah,
What about that one?
I like that. There was
But
just
that
some
ignores like
alien.
that ignores the radiation. It ignores the fuel issue. It ignores like
Well, I'm
fundamental
ignoring
common sense.
something.
I don't know.
I'm ignoring something that just some niggas told me. That's all I'm ignoring.
That's
I mean,
true.
if you just think about it,
Right.
it's just somebody just told you that. Yeah, man, radiation, man. Yeah, I don't know how they got through it. I don't know there's radiation up there. They're just telling me there is.
That's true.
Well,
Well, I think every time you get a sunburn, it's proof there's radiation.
so the
coming in.
Van Allen radiation belt. So they're on the record, though, admitting that they need to figure out the shielding for Orion, the new next generation NASA ship before they go through the Van Allen radiation belt, which completely contradicts their entire story. You have to go through the Van Allen radiation belt 14 times, 7 times there, 7 times
Wow.
on the way back. So if he's saying we have to figure this out before we do it, that means they haven't done it. And they haven't done it with that technology. I don't know what other sort of, like I can't speak for like secret space technology and shit like that, but that Apollo mission was horse shit. They're all Masons. It was bullshit. They took him up in orbit or took him somewhere for a couple of days. When they brought those guys down and put them in the contamination unit, they were all clean shaven. How the fuck did you shave at the moon? In the moon? At the moon? In the capsule with zero. What, like there's the storyline. There's inconsistencies in almost every one of their storylines. And then they whacked some of their guys. Like they blew up Gus Grissom. He was going to talk. They murdered him.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is rituals and Freemasons and NASA and intelligence agencies and $1 trillion and shut your mouth or everybody dies, including your family. Like it's no bullshit, crazy stuff. That's what these guys. It's like, crazy. Oh, what's his name? What's the guy who went to the moon? Buzz. Crazy Buzz. He's dying to tell somebody. He told that little girl. Remember? And you see the clip because we didn't go. But he says, but I can't say that. And he's dying to tell you. I think they took him down to Antarctica and scared the shit out of him. Sent him back.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember that tweet?
Yeah. What's in Antarctica that's so terrifying and can give people black eyes and mind control them?
Well, I think it's this. I think they put the reptile in your eye.
Space goo, the black goo. It's black goo insertion.
I think
it's a black goo from Prometheus.
I think they put it in you, and it steals your soul.
Okay, so this red eye thing
I
seems
think
to
that's
be a
the
new
shit
phenomenon.
that like when new how new.
If we're talking about the black eye thing, it's old.
Well,
I mean, maybe it was
so there's 2 guys in the news right now with that red eye. Who was it? Huckabee
Macron.
was one of them,
And
who was
Macron.
the other? And Macron, yes, with the red eyes, not the black eye club, the fucking red eye club now, obviously.
Oh, interesting.
So that I've never seen that before ever in the history of anything.
Parasite.
I figured Macron's tranny husband just clocked him on.
That's probably, I'd say that's probably.
I'm going to
reasonable
go.
answer.
I'm going to go more with they put the parasite worm on his eyeball for it to enter his body and attach itself to his brain or whatever it does. And that's why you got the broken blood vessels in the eye. That's why they get
was
the
the
black
wrong
eyes,
eye, though.
because they're getting these critters put in them in a certain place. It's got to be like in a certain place. I don't know. Maybe it takes over their pineal gland or something. But I've gone down that rabbit hole with absolutely zero proof that any of that shit is real. But it sounds like it could be real. And it certainly is not out of the realm of possibility when it comes to these people, because they're into weird shit. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, listen, admission to the club varies along the way. But when you get up to these higher levels, we have to infect you with a fucking demon to make sure that you are under our control and make sure that anything that was you is no longer.
But hey, if you join up, you get Katy Perry. So.
Oh man,
Come
I
on.
mean, hey,
which isn't
hey,
bad.
that's-
Way of talking
I
to her,
mean-
though. I mean, which isn't the best, but
She got
kinda
it.
dumb.
maybe she's. I mean, maybe she's
She did
got
go to
great
space, though. She
conversation
was an
in
astronaut.
101.
She did.
Yeah.
She did put the ass in astronaut. I will give her
She
that.
gives good blowjobs, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, only if you wash your dishes. This is her words. This is not mine. Okay. But I mean, maybe 101 Katy Perry. Maybe she's just a hoot. Maybe she's got a lot of good things to tell you.
I doubt it.
Great
I really doubt it.
conversation.
I think that most of those celebrities are devoid of any sort of actual personality. I bet you when you get them like one-on-one, they're
Like
extremely
Zoolander.
dull.
They're just moldable clay.
I bet.
And that may very well be the case. Okay, we're not going to rule it out. All right.
Oh, speaking of actors, do you guys
Uh-huh.
check out the new fucking Black Panthers regiment that's in Minneapolis?
Oh,
Black
the new
Panthers.
Black Panthers. Is it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
full of white people, isn't it?
No.
Ain't the new Black
It's
Panthers got a bunch of white folks?
well, all their press photos were like the pretty dark-skinned, exceptionally exquisite like form and beauty, like with just like the perfect like, you know, black power fucking faces and shit. Like there's no way these people are real people. They're totally actors. They're exactly the exact same vibe as the Patriot Front, which is also back now, full of actors.
But I don't think black people are involved in this one. I don't think.
That's the point.
I,
They're
I
like,
had,
so we
I
need to
hadn't really,
hire
yeah.
the most
I
beautiful
was
black
like,
people we can to try to get everyone riled up about Black Panthers.
I mean, that's what I was seeing. I hadn't seen any Negroes. Negroes was like, I'm staying out of this one. They say white
Yeah.
folks getting shot. I'm staying out of this one. Okay, I mean, that's what I heard. I seen somebody make a video like, oh man, white people getting shot. I'm definitely not going that way. Okay, and
For
I'm
real.
just like, that's fair enough. We got the recent shooting. All right, over the past couple days. Cory, ex-police officer. Is this a good shoot or is this a poor shoot?
Well, this is one on the street, right? Well, let's talk about
Yeah.
this for a second, because the ironic thing is I've seen a whole bunch of other ICE videos where they should have lit the fucking person up and they didn't. And I'm
True.
like, that's the moment you had the green light. That's the second fucking moment you should have shot. If it does it one more time, if he does this shit one more time, you're negligent for not shooting the fucking guy. And they end up getting him out of the car anyway. Thank God they got him out of the car anyway. But still, I'm like, from a legal perspective, I'm like, you could have lit that dude up a long time ago. So there's a lot of those videos out there, which is interesting to me. But this
Mhm.
video on the street, so let's talk about this. So I've seen the video, the close-up, slow down. He never went for the gun. The gun was on his hip, and the cop removed it out of his holster on his fucking hip. That is what the video shows. Okay, so now that we have an unarmed person, is there a circumstance under which, in this exact kind of case, under which somebody could shoot him? Is there a circumstance at all legally? And the answer is yes. If that subject, and this is not saying that it applies to this, but if that subject were to actively be grabbing an officer's weapon, okay, what we were taught, if you're engaging somebody, you have your gun on them, and they go for your weapon, the first time we were taught these disengage techniques, where they're kind of stupid when you really come to understand them, but how to get away from the person, create space, give more commands, that kind of thing. The first time they go for your gun, you're not allowed to shoot them. The second time they go for your gun, it shows a repeated pattern, and then you're allowed to shoot them. So does that apply to this case here? I don't think it does. I haven't seen any evidence to support that. I have no evidence to support that he went for their weapons in any way. And honestly, that is going to be their only defense. That's what they need to say from a propaganda standpoint. They need to come out and say he went for officers' weapons, because we now have the video showing he was unarmed. So if he's unarmed, not going for their weapons, then they're kind of fucked, but they're going to cover it up. I mean, like I said, it's not about protecting that officer. It's about protecting the system at that point. And they will go to the ends of the earth to protect the system. So, well, like if this situation were to happen and it didn't make the fucking news, go ahead.
When you say they can shoot him, what does that mean?
If you mean
Shoot him
for
in
an
the head,
unarmed,
shoot him in the leg,
okay.
mag him.
So here's the thing:
Like
when
the guy's going
if
for
you're
your weapon
using,
the second time, now you can shoot him.
there's only one. Okay, so you're only allowed to use that gun if you intend to kill that person. There is no shooting in the leg, because if you're just trying to injure that person, there's other tools for that. There's baton, taser, pepper spray, and if you're worth your salt at all on the fucking street, you go fucking hands on with that person. That's really kind of how it goes. When I was in the culture, for the most part, most people I knew didn't want to be shooting anybody. But I can tell you with certainty there were people who were itching to shoot somebody. And there's a whole spectrum in between when it comes to that. I can tell you with certainty, I'm going to tell this little short story. I think I might have told it before, but I was out sick for like a couple weeks, and the day I was supposed to come back, I was late. And when I get to work, I'm like an hour late. The first call that went out would have been my call in my zone. And they ended up shooting this fucking guy. And it started off at the Walgreens. This guy goes to the Walgreens and he does the hand in the jacket thing. Nobody sees a weapon, but he has his hand in the jacket, like, give me your money. And then on the way out the door, he's like, tell him I'm here. And he gives him his home address. He gives the clerk who he just robbed his home address. Right. So they send cops to the home address. Right. It should be brutally obvious at this point. This is going to be some kind of antagonizing. This is going to be a suicide by cop situation, because if you're really just trying to rob a store, you're not give your address and tell the cops to go there, right? So they all show up there, and they're like, they're outside. They're giving commands to him in the house, come out with your hands up, kind of stuff. And the wife calls the fucking police department, and she's like, he's having an episode. He doesn't have any weapons. Okay, don't hurt him. Please don't hurt him. And he ends up running out the door with his wallet in his hand. And he pointed the wallet at them like it was a gun. And all of them lit him up. Three of my friends shot and killed this guy. I hate to armchair quarterback this thing, but it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to put two and two together on the situation. Now, yes, were they legally authorized to shoot this guy? 100%. There's no arguing that at all. But part of being a good fucking cop is you're able to analyze the totality of the situation on the individual basis, call to call, and not apply some sort of blanket rules to fucking everything. And you should be able to see, okay, this is a suicide by cop. Wife is saying he doesn't have any weapons. Please don't hurt him. That should be the mindset you go into. And then you have a thing called contact and cover, which they never talk about when you see these shootings on, or when people breach a house or anything. But contact and cover is where you have an escalating series of weaponry on officers, right? So you have a guy in front ready to go hands-on. If you're in a good situation, you got enough officers, you have two, and they're ready to go hands-on with the person and handle the situation that way. Behind them, you have a person with a taser. Behind them, you have a person with a gun. And that's how you should go into every situation like this. And when most situations, you don't even get to the taser level. You know what I mean? It's called contact and cover. No one ever talks about it. And if every situation was handled that way, the current outcomes we're seeing would be a lot better. See, I've said this before. Police work is pretty goddamn good when on paper. It's just that they break the rules and then they fudge how they broke the rules, when if actually anybody went back to read the fucking rule book, it would say very clearly what the circumstances is. You know what I mean? So it's a very frustrating situation looking at it, understanding all the problems, and everyone's like, I don't know what's going on, right? From an administrative level. Like all the shit that I'm saying, all the guys who are sergeants and lieutenants, and they all know this, and they cover everything up when shit goes bad in front of the cameras. Because a lot of these cases, if they're not on the news, that guy probably got nailed to the fucking wall because there was nobody was, the system was not in jeopardy of being exposed, so they could go ahead and nail this guy to the wall. And I've seen a lot of people get fucked up. I've seen guys get fired over report writing, like they didn't like their report writing. I'm like, are you kidding me? That was obviously something personal that they just used that excuse, So yeah, it's really fucked up. And I've seen a lot of people get in a lot of trouble for a lot of stupid shit. And then this major stuff, you see people and they get nothing at all. Behind the scenes, there's some, there's other things going on, but maintaining the image is everything.
When I was being trained for my concealed carry, it was by a police person or whatever, cop, ex-cop, I don't remember exactly what. And he was telling us, we were taught that if we were to be pulled over and we were concealed carrying, that we should say, while our hands are on the wheel and nowhere moving and whatever, I have a firearm or I have a weapon in the car legally, I'm concealed carry, etc. And then wait to see if they want us to bring it out or whatever. And that the reason you don't say gun is because a cop will shoot when he hears the word gun, because that's part of their training. So then in this instance, when first of all, when the guy takes the gun from him, I don't know that the other 6 fucking people know that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. it does seem like it discharges negligently. As someone pointed out, the SIG P320 is notorious for doing that. I don't know. If you're like 6 cops who don't know that the guy's been disarmed, his arm seems to be moving towards his holster and a bullet shot rings out, and someone maybe says gun, and maybe even the guy who took the gun says, "I've got the gun," and then that word is you're trained to like, "Oh shit, there's a threat," then I can see how
Well,
you
that
get shot. I also think it's fucking retarded to throw yourself in between a cop and anyone for any reason at any time,
yeah.
and it's aggressive, and
Yes.
now you're a threat no matter
Yeah.
how you perceive it. I was in a bar once, and we were drunk, and the cops came, 3 sheriffs burst into a small town bar. Everybody knows each other. This guy that everybody's known our whole lives is passed out drunk. He's an old man who's notorious for being passed out drunk anywhere he goes. Literally not conscious. And these 3 sheriffs burst in and just start tasing him over and over and over and over. And he's clearly not even conscious. It wasn't even conscious to begin with. The whole bar is like backed up, silent. There's no whistles and people screaming, "Fuck you, ICE," and throwing things and like chaos. It's a silent bar with a lot of space now between the 3 sheriffs tasing this guy and everyone else. And after like the 12th tase, I was finally like, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to say something. I know I might get tased or worse right now for doing so, not if it's right or not, but because the tension is high and I'm about to put myself in this fucking mix. And I say, "Hey, don't you think that's enough? He's passed out." And he comes towards me with the taser, and I'm lucky I didn't get tased. And it doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just fucking true. If you've got a
Yeah.
gun on your hip and you're throwing yourself aggressively into a pile of 6 cops, you're probably gonna die, dude. What again, I do actually think there's a legally good argument to be made of why they shot him, whether we like that or not. I feel bad for the guy, but it's fucking retarded. Like, it is suicide by cop. Like, I don't know how you can
Yeah.
even expect any other outcome except you're dead now when you do that. And should you be able to expect otherwise? I don't know. We could make that argument in a different world, but in this world, like, I even knew saying something from 12 feet away very peacefully and quietly was possibly going to get me hurt or fucked up or worse. So, yeah, why wouldn't you expect that? Are you stupid? You seem retarded.
You have to be
Yeah.
realistic. You have to know who
Yeah.
you're dealing with when you're interacting with these people, these cops, and I obviously don't like cops. Never have, never will. But you need to know how to navigate. They're sharks, and you need to like keep your eye on them and know how to play them and know how to make yourself. Some people want to go talk to them for some reason. There's always one guy who wants to like sort it out. Like, I'll go talk to the cops. Like, don't do that. Don't be dumb. And you, I think the best strategy is to stay as far away from them
And
as
don't say the
possible
word gun to them.
for as long as you can. And don't invite them into your house and into your problems under any circumstance. Don't give the state a reason to snoop around in your house. Don't call the police when your kid calls you bad names and runs out of the house. And don't get the state involved with the custody of your kids or anything like that. Like, once you start doing that, you wind up in the system, and the system is diabolical, and you want to stay as far away from that as possible. And these cops are trained to escalate situations. They're not trained to de-escalate them. They want things to get out of control so that they can then use their monopoly on violence to crack down. So if you know that, this is why I say, like, I despise the police apparatus and everything about it. But I can also say, don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to get where these guys are going to possibly kill you. Like, you have to be responsible for your own actions. I get it. You want to stand up against them and everything. What are you doing? What are you going to do? You're an ICE witness. You're a witness. You're a paid agitator. That's what this is. It's a much bigger structure than just some people that like have a hobby of chasing ICE around. This is like very well coordinated, and they're making this into some sort of like subversive guerrilla warfare or something like that. So like, if you know that and you take your ass there intentionally and something bad happens to you, oh well. Like, oh well. Like, I think the state is gross, but oh well also. You get what you had coming to you, man. You go down there and inject yourself into a situation that is none of your business, and then things go wrong. Tough shit. Shouldn't have been there in the first place. What did you think was going to happen? This isn't some fucking television show, or maybe it is. But theoretically, if you're there in real life, it's not a television show. You're like actually in it. And I've been in the Rodney King riot, man, like right on the edge of it when it broke out, and it got really fucking scary fast. Like it went from like a Tuesday to Mad Max immediately. I was like, I got to get out of here. Like I have to think, how do I get out of, like, what's the route to get out of here to the freeway? And what happens if there's people like with machetes and machine guns at the freeway entrance that are going to carjack me? Like, I was like, I get the fuck out of here. Like everything's on fire. It's like, like this shit went on for days. I left after the first night. I left the day after the first night. It's like, I'm not going to stick around for this shit. I'm going to Whiteville. But you get what you if you go, oh no, I'm gonna go explain it. I'm gonna go get in the middle of this ice guy and explain to him how actually he's a goon for the state and that he shit, bam, right in the face, zap, tased, bang, shot, whatever happens to you at that point, it's like you're there, and especially if you're being paid. Fuck you twice as hard if you're being paid. But if you're just there as an observer, you just thought this was going to be a cool thing to participate in and something bad happens to you, tough shit.
Well, they do seem to think it's like a movie, which is why the wife of Renee Good screamed out, "Why do you have real bullets?" Like, what did you think they were going to have? You absolute fucking retard. Like, what did you think was going to fucking happen when you told your wife to drive into a fucking cop or whatever the fuck we think happened? Like, what did you think was the possible outcome of your actions? You thought you were a superhero in a fucking Marvel movie, and it turns out you're just a stupid idiot in the middle of an actual, real, live police fucking action that you're trying to get involved in. Like, they're like dressing up as handmaids, and they're constantly talking about the Rebel Alliance and Star Wars and like Harry Potter and fucking shit. And I'm like, if you only look at the world through movies, this all makes sense now, why you're so controllable, while they can just like press a button and you all flood out into the streets and act like fucking rejects. Like, if you thought you were going to have a revolution, you should have been prepared to die, because that's what happens to people in a revolution. And I'm fine if you want to start one, but don't fucking lie to me and pretend like you brought your phone and a fucking garbage can lid to have a revolution, you absolute larpers. You're all stupid.
Does that not seem like the necessary equipment to start the revolution? A
For
phone and a
fucking
garbage
real.
can lid. I mean, that's
Wrapped in bubble wrap.
It's actually kind of
working
perfect.
with what we got.
Jesus
We're working with
Christ.
what we got. I got to work with what I got. Okay, I can't quite afford weaponry, so I'm gonna do the best that I can.
I'm live
put the best
streaming
foot
it.
forward I've got.
I'm
I'm
live streaming the revolution, guys, with my trash can lid. I've made a helmet out of a big like Arrowhead bottle. I'm ready.
And if I'm not
ready for battle.
careful,
Did you
if I'm
see
not
that they've
careful,
created an autonomous zone?
Oh, Lord, yeah, I seen that today. I was like, oh no, not another autonomous zone. They're gonna be trying to give try to give a bunch of black folks $5 right here shortly.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they already put up a border, of course, and they already designated a certain class of people that needed to be expelled from there. So they're doing exactly what ICE is doing, which is hilarious. So it didn't take them but 5 minutes to do the exact same thing. Never see the irony of it all, of course, which is even funnier. And watch them build this thing. How are they going to grow their tomato plants in winter in Minneapolis? I asked.
Dude, Anthony Brian Logan said, "How many black people are these white drug addicts going to get killed this time?" I was like, "It's so true, dude."
Hey, well, look, I believe I said the other week that the politicians are going to get you killed, right? And I'll be damned, here goes another one. I'm like, bud, they go get your ass killed out here, man. I mean, stop. You need to stop playing. Like you said, Lindsey, if this is something where it's like, okay, we're getting arms together and I'm prepared to go out there and lay my life down for this particular cause, okay,
go for it.
So be it. We understand. I want you to announce that that way that everybody knows there's no outrage. This is now a war and people die in war. Okay, we got it. But if you just out there just cutting up and expecting, not to get shot when you go on over there and you got your pistol on you and you start tussling with the police, I'm like, man, that's. And then I see people talk about, oh, didn't y'all say you want everybody to carry? I'm like, yeah, but damn, man, you outnumbered, dog. You know where you at. You got spatial awareness. Okay, spatial awareness is key here. It's like, okay, there's 7 of them. There's 1 of me. Maybe this is not the time to try to, go and be all I can be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not signing up for the SEALs or nothing, and I'm not showing off any skills I got out here. This is gonna end badly.
It's like I said, I'm so genuinely proud of any leftist who goes and gets a gun and learns how to use it. That's amazing. I'm so happy because it means you're less likely to try to take away my guns, and so good for all of us. But like I said, I don't expect any of you crazy fucks to use it appropriately, because you're all broken, tiny toddler children. They're like, which side are you on? Are you for ICE? Are you against it? I'm like, I'm not on your fucking playground, you little bitch. Like, I don't have to choose your fucking weird predetermined sides. I have something called a brain and like nuance, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Kids with guns was not actually what I thought was ideal. But if you're gonna have one and you're gonna learn how to use it appropriately and you're gonna like carry it fucking with some sort of semblance of responsibility, amen, good, we should all be doing that. But like I said, I don't expect them to use it well. They're stupid, broken toddlers.
Hey, Soul put something good up here on Rumble. He said that chasing ICE agents are for people who can't afford to chase tornadoes. I mean, that may be the case. All right, some people, the storm chasers. It's like I ain't quite got the money for that all the time. So I mean,
it's like fishing, kind of. You just you find like a fishing
Just stand there
spot, and then you just kind of see what's
didn't we
out
find
there.
out that there's literally
for a couple
a
hours.
Minnesota representative that's the head of the Signal chats that are organizing this all?
I just saw that today.
Great.
Yeah, so literally politicians are calling you to get yourself killed. Obama just released a letter. King Satan himself came out to get everyone riled up, to tell them to go out and lay their lives on the line for fucking immigrants who would not do the same for you and don't give a fuck about you. Go for it, you idiots.
No.
And the real reason they don't give a shit about you, and they don't give a shit about the immigrants. They give a shit about not going to prison for fraud, and they give a shit about potentially helping to usher in like a new level of security and police state surveillance. That's what they care about. So you're all stupid fucking pawns in someone's game. Go kill yourself with it. Have fun.
The thing that I am reminded of when these leftists that have guns and they're out there LARPing like they're going to start a revolution and everything, it's tempting to be very cavalier about that and how you're hot shit. And I remember going to a paintball place with a bunch of my buddies on my birthday when I was like in my mid-20s. And for the very last game, they split us up into these groups, and it was like 50 against 6. And it was like these 6 guys who knew each other, and we didn't know them. It was me and my friends, and then like a bunch of randos. And when we were starting off in the beginning where they're explaining, you're going to go to this side, you're going to go to this side, right? This is how we're going to do it. I was just looking, going like, is this for real? Like we're like, this is crazy. Those dudes smoked us. I came around a corner with my gun. I saw the guy. I swung around the corner. Before I had time to do anything, he shot me in the trigger finger and then put one right in my neck. And I was like, I'm out. They were like SWAT. So they were fully trained. Like it was 50 against 6. And at the end, it was like, there was like 5 of them and left, and like none of us, like everyone was out. And I was like, well, okay, so clearly there's skill to this. Like that goes without saying. So for all these leftists that are like, I'm out here, I got my gun and everything. you have a tight group of a dozen highly trained rednecks from the Appalachia or whatever that go stroll in, take you guys all out in 5 seconds. Not so tough then. Then it becomes very real when somebody bursts in the door in your little clubhouse where you're planning your revolution and shoots everybody in the head before you know what's going on. Like that. That's when it's you want that. Like, is that what you think you want? Because like you think you want the revolution, like it's going to be like Molotov cocktails and matcha or something. It's not. It'll be starvation, and they'll take you out into the woods in the middle of the night blindfolded and shoot you in the back of the head. That's the stuff that goes down in civil wars and things like that. It's fucking awful. So these idiots that their entire perspective on life is Harry Potter and Star Wars fantasy films that aren't real, they feel like they're just going to respawn in their mom's, in their back in their mom's
Yes.
house in their bedroom. And it's just not how it's going to be. You're going to be dead, a frozen dead body in a field somewhere that somebody will find at the end of the war, if they find you at all.
That's what I was like. They
That's reality.
genuinely, like, they're in the movie mindset, and so you can understand that they think there's not real bullets and that no one actually gets hurt. Because in movies, even when like the guy you love or the woman you love or whatever in the show dies, they like somehow come back to life, or it was just fake, or they were hiding somewhere, and like
In
that's
another
not going to
episode.
happen, guys. You're not. They're dead, actually dead for real. Your whole life is over now. Was it worth it to you?
Yeah, but what about the next season though, Lindsay?
Next
When in
season
next
of
season
Ice
can we bring them
Revolution.
back? Next season of holy shit! I brought a knife to a gunfight.
And I'll say this too. I've said it before. If there was a real need for a revolution and I felt like my life was unlivable without revolting, or that I was going to be in mortal danger if I didn't attempt to do something about some tyrannical force, I'll fucking go fight too, motherfucker. But I'm not going to go fight a legal agent doing his legal job that hasn't changed my entire life. Nothing is different right now than it ever has been. Jesus
That's
Christ.
true. That's very true.
I mean,
It just wasn't put on the
yes.
news.
It wasn't on the news. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
The
it.
media told you to be angry, and you were, because you're a stupid fucking
wasn't on the news.
pawn.
Hell, over the last decade, there have been a ton of bad police shootings that all got swept under the rug, that made the news. And like I've said, it hasn't changed. The number of people killed by police, again, I think last year was like 1,100 and change, 1,150, and that's about what it's been for like the last decade, without much fluctuation at all, which is very strange.
True.
You
just got a
Did you
running
see the
average.
guy
That's
this
it, a running
week
average.
who
Got to maintain it.
the guy who was carjacking? There's a video of it, like an aerial, like a couple different angles, but certainly an aerial drone shot of this guy who carjacked somebody and was stopped the car at the intersection, ran out, tried to get into a police car, actually did get into the police car and tried to drive it, but I guess
Yeah.
it looked like the cop took the keys, and so he couldn't get anywhere, started running away, and then that cop car came out of nowhere and ran his ass over, and then they unloaded on him. Did you see that? That video was wild. But I'll tell you what, like, that was one of those things where it was like I'm never going to be on the side of the police, but I was like, yeah, you'd run that guy over. That guy's out in the
That's
street
a-
waving a gun, trying to carjack people. He's trying to get into another car. This cop just came out of nowhere and just literally ran over him. And then as the guy got up after getting run over, there were a row of cops that were in a ditch waiting for him, and they just pop, 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 and they just
Wild.
opened up on him, like they hit him like 10 times.
Found out.
That falls into like the public danger thing, right? Like if a guy's got a gun and he's running towards a crowd of people, can you shoot him?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. The problem is that is one of the
Yeah.
most easily exploited things, because if you got a guy with a gun and he's running through a neighborhood, I've seen recently there was one where they shot the guy in the fucking back running away, and they're like, well, he posed a public danger. Motherfucker, it was houses, there was nobody on the street. That doesn't meet the criteria really for that what they mean when you can shoot a guy running
Yeah,
away
it's
with
a
a
gray
gun, right? It
area.
has to be an immediate, it's a gray area, right? It's immediate public danger. And so, yeah, there's always a loophole or an exploitation of the law or a selective interpretation that, gets them out of all this shit. And it's very frustrating. And especially seeing it over the last decade has been very frustrating. That's why I don't
Is
really.
this
That's why
mhm.
when I got out of police work, I started off I did a cop show. I did like 4 episodes, like debunking some bad shootings, and then I was like, "Fuck this!" I wanted nothing to do with it at all, and so
Well, the Alex Preddy guy looks like he was he worked at Department of Veteran Affairs, intensive care unit nurse. So that was his occupation. And but his father had recently told
Alex
him
is a male nurse.
to
these
yeah,
beta males are
yeah,
always nurses. What's up with that?
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it pays pretty good. So, but his father had recently told him to be careful and to not do anything stupid. So that didn't work out
No. So if someone
at
knew he
all.
was going to do something stupid. I love too. People are like, he was the nicest guy and everybody loved him and he had puppies. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm sorry for his family. I feel sad for them. I'm sure it's really hard for his friends. I'm sure it's really hard to have someone you love just suddenly be dead, especially in a way if you feel like it was, violent or corrupt or whatever. And also, who fucking cares what kind of guy he is if what we're trying to figure out is like, how do you not get shot by the police and in what circumstances can they shoot you? Like, it doesn't matter what kind of person, nobody cares. It's never going to weigh the scales whether it was a good or bad person or how many kids they had or didn't have or any of that shit. It's cool, I get it, that's what we do when someone dies. We talk about how great they are even if they weren't. No one's going to be like, oh yeah, he was okay, but like kind of fuck him, that's not what you say when someone dies, right?
Man.
So like, of course you're going to say this, but then people are like, I thought you all loved like 2A and like veterans and shit. And I'm like, I don't know anyone who is arguing for or against this on the basis of like what his job was or what kind of person he was, except leftists. Like that matters to them. I don't, but it doesn't actually
Feelings.
change reality and like what you should
Feelings.
or shouldn't do in a given situation. It's fucking weird. Also, I think it's weird that their names, these two killings, come out to pretty good. Pretty
That
good.
is weird.
Yeah. Some guy,
Mm.
some comic was like, her last name is good, right? And the audience like, yeah, and he's like, that's because that's what everyone said when she got shot. I was like, oh shit, that's cold. Nobody
Yeah,
liked
so
that.
they're gathering by the masses. So I mean, what we give Minneapolis plus or minus days before they just start burning up shit. What
I
is
don't
it,
know how
about
much longer is
14
it going to
days?
be
14 days?
sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah, that is true. That is hindering them a little bit. If this was summertime, boy, it'd be on right now.
Be
But
done.
some folks are like, it's a
Dude,
little cold out. I mean,
if this was summertime, it'd be all bananas and
There's-
rice.
There's got to be like a good number of people who have realized they don't want to die for the cause. Like there's some who are emboldened and they're like, yeah, now let's all bring weapons and guns and try to whatever. There's those people who built what is it called when you throw it out and the tires pop?
Like the spike strips.
Yeah, they're making like homemade spike
strips.
strips to like stop ice and stop the cops and whatever. And so there's people who get even more hardcore, but there's got to be like a good number of people that are like, actually, I thought they had fake bullets too. I'm not gonna go any further. Like,
yeah,
think a
but
lot-
the number one thing
Well,
here is that you look at this and you're like, you want to protect someone here who is illegal, who is defrauding the system, and you get nothing for it. Like, you don't get anything.
attention.
Like they get everything. Like the Somalis and all that, their families are taken care of. You're out here struggling. So it's like, what am I protecting actually? It's like if you just slow down and you just like, hold on a second. They're committing fraud. They're getting paid billions of dollars. And while I sit back here and I get nothing, I have to struggle 45 hours a week to barely pay rent.
did you
Why am I
guys see
protecting
the
them
press
again?
conference this week? The lady with the Band-Aid on her
Yeah.
head, the press conference, the Somali lady.
She's like,
It's the greatest thing I've
they
ever
like
seen in my
totally
life.
hurt me, and let me
It
try to
is-
remember. Yeah, I think they called me the N-word a couple times, maybe 4 times. What else? She's just like making it up as she goes.
When they ask her, went to explain what it's like to be a Somali in America. Did you hear her explanation for that? Oh my god. It is fantastic. I almost feel like if we could pull it up, it'd be even funnier to see it than for me to try and describe it because it's it's just too much. Well, she goes on, she says, "Well, it's it's what it's like is it's like it's like bananas and rice."
What?
Well, but actually, it's not really so much like just that, but I don't know. It's like being a Somali American is a lot of things. I feel a lot of things. Yeah, but mostly, yeah, it's like bananas and rice.
Is her IQ 64?
It sure as hell is. She was, and the people behind her are great too because you just know in there they're just going, holy fuck. Like inside there, like, and they can't show it and they're doing their best to not show it. But like when she did it the second time, it's like you just oh,
Bananas and rice.
no, it's not. Please tell me when describing how your people are, there's
Not if
got to
your
be
IQ
more
is
to it than
64.
bananas and rice. There has to be more. Please, for the amount of money you stole, please tell me it's like we're all secretly brain surgeons. We're just not letting on. Something like that. It's got to be more than bananas and rice. I can't take it if the height of the Somali culture and what it means to be a Somali American is quite literally bananas and rice. Because if that's what it is, the bar is so fucking low, I don't even know where to start. Like, I'm embarrassed. You're a full standard deviation below retarded to start with. I'm just saying, according to the stats, 13 IQ points is a full standard deviation. Retarded was 85. They moved it down. So anyway, this is. So I watched that press conference and I go, okay, well this is hilarious, but then I start going, there's no way she's the mastermind of a multi-billion-dollar fraud ring. Just can't be. You know, I mean, I'm not saying you have to be a genius or anything, but she's not in charge. Like there's no way she could be. So who is above them? Who's making this happen? This has to be made to happen by politicians, right? Because the decisions are being made to send people there.
Yep.
Right? Politicians have to clear that to get them from Somalia to Minneapolis. That's not something that you can just vote in on a local level. That has to be like federal politicians making that decision. So clearly there's a pipeline. There's a reason why this is happening. It's been happening for a while. So is anyone going to go to prison? No. Should Tim Walz be led away in handcuffs? Yeah, of course. But
Probably.
it's the end of empire, baby.
Yeah,
Steal
but once
everything you
again,
can while you can. Like steal everything that's not bolted down because they're going to. I mean, fuck it. They're you know.
There used to be a time that
your
your leaders led you to the battlefield, and when you died as a unit. It wasn't there a point in time when that happened. So it's just like, if you want me to go out here and you want me to get in these streets and for shit to get real, nigga, I want to see your asses here with me. I mean, I don't, I want to feel like you putting something on the line as well. But they don't put nothing on the line. Your local politician, man's getting his checks and he's got his security. He ain't followed ICE around. He ain't jumped in front of a brown body to protect it from getting deported. I think so. It's just like, hold on, if they won't do it, why am I gonna do it? I always say lead by example. They're not doing it. The fuck I'm gonna do it for?
It's like you said too, like, what are you out here? What are you going to get out of this? These people are getting all these millions, billions, whatever. They just sit back and do nothing all day. All their family does nothing all day. They've just fucking sucked off the system. All the politicians just get whatever from it too, the kickbacks from all the fraud that they're giving back like millions of dollars back to the politicians who are letting them get away with it. So it's just this circle of corruption, but you're going to go out and get shot and killed for it, and you get nothing out of it. But the thing is, those people who are going out and getting shot and killed for it, they don't believe anything we're talking about. They don't believe that there's Somali fraud. They think that's just racism, and that no fraud is happening, and that it's just people who are racist and don't want Somalis here are making this up in order to get them deported. And that Trump and ICE are like racist enough to just do it too without any fucking evidence or whatever, and that's what's happened. They literally believe that that's happened. They also literally believe that a bunch of American citizens are getting like thrown into prisons and deported and sent to random countries, and that they're actual American citizens because they are too stupid to find out what's actually true and listen to anything except an op-ed that completely lied to them and then later had to retract it, which they didn't pay attention to the retraction. So they don't believe any of this shit is real. They're in a totally different reality from us. And that's part of why they're willing to go die for it, because they don't have any fucking clue what's actually happening.
It might be the most dangerous enemy ever, because you can't possibly know what they're thinking, because they don't even know what they're thinking. They're so fucking insane, you can't even predict their next move. They're quite literally too irrational to figure out, except that their only pattern is that they're going to do something illogical and crazy.
And whatever the media told them.
Oh. They need to bring back insane asylums immediately.
Trump just did that.
I know it'll be abused. I know we'll be put in there. I get that. But like, the fantasy, like privatize them. Make it like, I don't know, make it like a chain. I got a chain of insane asylums here in Denver. You know what I mean? And just put those blue hairs, anyone that's got a septum piercing, just automatically. You got to prove your sanity and get out rather than the other way around. Just put them all in there and just start banking. Be like like those assisted living facilities and memory care places that are making a fortune. You're like, what if it was like assisted living for the retarded, but like the crazy? And it's like, I like what you're doing there. Let's build them all over the place, and then the state will pay for it.
The Somalis can take care of them. They want to be in healthcare.
Yeah, and these people that you're so-called wanting to,
as you're dying
for. Yeah, the people you so-called want to fight for.
As you're in the process of dying.
Oh,
sorry. You go. I'm delayed here, so
it's all good. Yeah, and the thing is the people that you're fighting for, like if they were to have a full takeover, they would kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? They would probably imprison you. I mean, you'd be the ones that was having fun. Come on, man. I mean,
Yep.
Like the first thing I would do, I'm not trying to give them ideas, if I were these lunatic Somalis, would be to find out if the revolution really kicked off, find out the home address of all these liberals, go up there, knock on their door, hello, excuse me, as soon as they open the door, and then just murder them and take their house and everything in it.
So it's fair.
Civil war. They're soft. They're weak. They'll open the door. They're compassionate. They'll absolutely use that against you and steal all your stuff and murder your entire family. I mean, if it's a civil war, if it really breaks out, right? It's like, I can't believe I was defending these people and they turned on me. What? Don't blame the scorpion for being a scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ain't no doubt about that. It's just like,
sorry,
it's so easy. Oh my God, I think it's our ego. Our ego dictates that we, and our humanitarian efforts, will be awarded in some type of way, and they're usually not. Okay, it's just all there is to it. Folks will use you until you're of no longer any use to them. And that's it. That's the way this works. And especially people who are of a completely different culture than you. A lot of these folks ain't no fucking Americans. Like we have a particular subset of culture. When they just flowing over here and just and getting all this money and doing all this fraud and like they, of course, they're in bed with the politicians. On the back end of it, they don't care if you go out there in the streets and die. Matter of fact, it's good for business because now they ain't looking so much at the fraud no more. They're just looking at y'all's dumb ass in the street. So I can still keep getting these checks on the back end. I mean, so I mean, that's like you're not fighting for anything of worth. That's the issue here, like at all. So I mean, if I could get behind somebody who was fighting for something of worth. You know what I'm saying? You could
Sure.
get behind somebody
Yeah.
who was
What does victory look like?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do they
They
know?
don't know. No.
Do they know? They don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Just no ICE. Just no borders. So this is the other thing these stupid people do. They're like, I'm leaving the country. And I'm like, well, that's very white privilege of you. Go for it. Then they go to some other country. And in that country, they go through all the steps of being there and staying there legally. And you're like, why don't you just stay there? I thought you didn't believe in borders. Well, then they'll kick me out. And you're okay with that? So you went to Germany or whatever fucking country and you're going through all the hoops to be there legally and you're okay with that. But part of why you left, the main reason you left is because you think the US should have no borders and no immigration control. How fucked up can you get? Everybody in the world's allowed to have borders, but your country, your origin, your country of origin, that country, not allowed to have borders. Every other country, literally in the world, they are totally fine with having borders. They can have borders on their house and their property, and that's okay, but the US can't have borders. It's fucking crazy. They're all stupid, fucking crazy people.
No, borders are racist.
They're
Sorry.
racist for everyone
I thought
except...
you got the memo.
Oh wait, they're racist for the US and not for anyone else.
Yeah, the purpose of the
racist for the
border,
US.
the purpose of the border is to try to spur infiltration. See it. Just think of the Trojan horse when they pushed it in there. And all of a sudden the niggas is in the building now. Like they couldn't get in the building before. Oh, we got this gift for you. Ha, got them fuckers. Now they in the building and they can open the door. That's the whole purpose of the reason why it shouldn't be easy. There's just anybody just come over here, not say nothing, nobody just post up. Because you don't want folks to infiltrate because people who infiltrate are looking to take your shit. Look at history. History is full of infiltration and taking shit. Hell, that's how we got here.
That's all
Shit,
there is.
we infiltrated. Hey, how y'all doing, Native American? Y'all doing good? Nigga, walk your ass to Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just like that. It's the whole
It's for
premise
real.
of it. Yeah, let your guard down, and folks will take you out. Like folks got this idea that people won't take you out. They will,
Yeah,
and they'll
they
sleep
will.
well at night too. They'll sleep
Yeah.
real well.
And guess what? If you don't fucking like the US, fine. Pick a country you do like, because if you destroy your own country, another one's coming in to take it, and they're going to have borders, and they're going to have fucking rules, and they're going to have police forces, and you might find yourself raped to death on a fucking mattress underneath a Chinese prison, you fucking asshole. So pick a country you like at least, because you don't live in rainbow fucking fairy world where everybody just gets to do what they want. That's not the fucking world you live in. I agree, it'd be great. It'd be great if we had no borders, because we could live in rainbow fucking fairy world and everyone was a good person, but that's not the fucking world, dude. So destroy your own country, your own fucking peril, you absolute moron.
They're leaving the United States and renouncing their citizenship and moving to Hogwarts.
Good. I hope they have fun there.
So it's fine. Don't worry about
Dude,
it.
I want a hippogriff too. I get it. I want to ride a hippogriff.
Hey, I think the new Hogwarts. I mean, they're a little bit more culturally diverse there now. You know what I'm saying? Transgender and stuff like that. You know, so
That's true.
they're accepting of different ideologies there now.
So
The new
I think
Hogwarts.
I think
Well,
I
if you
mentioned
can turn
this.
yourself into like a hawk or something, I mean, turning yourself from a man to a woman,
That's
being
true.
trans is less impressive, I would say.
Minimum.
Probably be like the least cool trick you could do.
So I looked up the deportation numbers. I think I mentioned. Did we talk about this yesterday on the show, Cube?
You
I think we
you
did.
mentioned it briefly, yeah.
So I looked at the deportation numbers going back like a long time, and the most deportations under any president was under Obama, and in a single year, the most deported was 440,000. According to Trump's numbers, he's at like close to 700,000 deportations, and then when you add in the people who left because they don't want to get fucking thrown in a El Salvador prison, the number is up to 1.9 million, if you believe those numbers. But that's the numbers the government is currently reporting. Do with it what you will.
It's not
I don't know if I
enough.
buy them or not, but 600,000 in a year plus is pretty good if it's real.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the reason that it could be more, end up being more, is because they just left the door open. And you just leave the door open and you got food in there, all the flies come in. I mean that was it. So I mean, you can't leave the door open for 4 years, and then it's like, man, we need to do something about this shit. And it's like, oh, we'll do it nice and take folks to for the due process and stuff. It's like, nigga, I ain't got time for due process. All right, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's just, and I know what people are saying. Oh, this could come back and bite you later. It may very well it could. Maybe I'll be dead by that point, and it won't matter anyway. We don't know. Okay. But
Well,
what
I
I
think this
do know,
immigration thing is an existential threat. It's an existential
Right.
threat, and they weren't following the fucking rules when they funneled these people in.
exactly.
If they want to make everyone feel better, they can just pass a ruling that says all these motherfuckers who came in, you ain't got any fucking rights.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
there's no guarantee of due process to an illegal immigrant. I don't even know what anyone's talking about.
I know, it's crazy to me.
I mean, like, what if you want there to be, you should make it, I guess, if that's what you want our country to have. But like, that's not a thing. So I don't, when people are talking about this, like they don't have due process, I'm like, the due process for them is, we don't want you here, goodbye. That's their due process. That's what the process they are due. That's the rights they have. There's no other rights that are granted them in our
Yeah,
Constitution.
that's why Brittany Griner got thrown in the prison for having a small doobie on her, and we had to trade the merchant of death for Brittany Griner. We didn't have to. but
Worst
that's what we
basketball trade
did.
ever. Most lopsided trade in the history of sports.
I was just like, that still gets me to this day. It's like, hey guys, we need to get Brittany Griner back in the country. First of all, no. All right.
There had to be
Second
something
of all,
else. There
Yeah,
had to be something
traded
else
the
that we don't know
merchant
about.
we traded the merchant of death. Man's got an alias, merchant of death,
yeah.
for Brittany Griner. I'm like, guys, we got fleeced. Okay, could we get something else on the train?
Russia
I
won.
mean, damn, get some oil or something. I don't know, man. Just a handshake under the table. Something else had to be gotten. There's no way all we got back was Brittany Griner.
Was that was Biden, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Shit
it's
in
probably
his
all their
pants.
pen. It's just like,
Yeah.
man, just do it.
Just do it.
Somebody
Who
hit the
cares?
button for me.
Trying
What'd
to
you
ruin
say
the
the
country
trade
anyway.
was? Merchant of death for Brittany Griner. Oh man, that's a good trade.
Sounds good.
Brittany Griner. Hi.
Maybe we don't know
How many
that
rebounds
she was
does the
like,
Merchant of Death have, though? That's what I want to know.
maybe she was the best trained MK
See, it was
Ultra
a-
spy assassin ever created. We don't know.
Oh my God.
She's so
Brittany
valuable,
Griner?
or he, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure
exactly.
what it is. It's tall though. I know that. I mean, whatever it is, it is in fact tall. But I mean, like that's the type of stuff we had going on for 4 years. You know, door wide open. We trade merchant to death. We we pull out of the Middle East to leave millions of dollars of weaponry and all kind of shit there, and folks get killed on the way out. It's just like, man, what do we got going on? You know, it was. We got the president writing a letter to everybody saying, "Hey, I hope all you and your loved ones died and didn't take the jab." I mean, that's what we had. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like Come on, guys. You know, it's like, can we get serious?
Remember
We
the
had Kamala
creepy?
Harris. She said she was gonna be. She said, "Yeah, I'm the border czar." And then later on, they said, "Oh no, they never said she was the border czar." Well, they had a whole press conference about her being the border czar,
We were
And
and she's
kidding.
done a bang up job.
That's
I think the border thing is the most egregious
part of it.
act of treason in history.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It might be worse than like Numek when they stole our fucking nuclear material for Israel. Or it might even be worse than that. And that's pretty fucking bad.
It's pretty fucking bad.
It might even be
And then
worse than the government selling the
No,
drugs to
everyone-
everybody.
Ugh.
Everyone involved in the open border operation should be put on tried, on jail, put on trial, tried. They will be convicted, I would think, if it were,
If
you
it
know
could
what I mean.
work, yeah.
Maybe not, given their system of justice. But if there were some sort of honest accounting for it, that wouldn't that meet the criteria of treason?
Yeah, hang them.
Couldn't you seek the death penalty for something like that?
You can't just hold Biden responsible. It has to be everyone because Biden didn't even know where the fuck he was. So who gives a shit what happens to him?
Fine
But
with
like
me.
everyone else. Yeah. His wife, all the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
yeah, because it was egregious.
Cool.
I mean, it was egregious. Like it's like to be that open and just in your face with it. It's like, yeah, and like they were showing it because they were like, "Hey, we're gonna bust these motherfuckers over to y'all city, y'all sanctuary city. Y'all take them." And but when they got them to Martha's Vineyard, they said these niggas got to get out of here.
we
You
don't
know
want
what I'm saying?
Trenderagua here.
I'm like, hold on, what y'all just up there saying? I'm like, human rights. Yeah, human rights. Let them in. Give them a fair stab at the American dream illegally. And it's like, okay, we're gonna send them up to y'all so y'all can give them a stab. Oh no, don't send them here. Oh, I mean in your spot. Don't send them to me. I'm sending them right back home. Like we ain't gonna send them back to y'all. But I'm gonna deport them from Martha's Vineyard. It's like, come on now. The rich folks and the well-to-do, man, they ain't in all that shit. But they'll get up on TV and tell you to be into that shit with your broke ass. I'm just like, but I ain't seen any of the celebrities. You seen Whoopi Goldberg go into Minneapolis and get boots on the ground? Her and Joy Behar, and it's like, oh, we ready now? Hey, we gonna go lay in front of the police officer's vehicle. Hey, look, there's one or two ways this is gonna work. Either you're gonna back up or you're gonna run me over. I mean, if they got out there and got in the shit, I'm like, okay, well, at least they standing on business. But they ain't standing on nothing. They sitting at the view. It's warm there. You know what I'm saying? Getting paid millions of dollars. AOC. Oh, this is a travesty. I ain't seen her punk ass out there.
Yeah, go get fake arrested again.
She's still dating that white dude. I still hear her talk about white supremacy if she gets railed by a white guy. Don Lemon's up there in the damn church. What folks trying to have church? Busting up. Look, whether you agree with the church or think it's, believe in the Bible, Jesus, whatever, makes no difference. But those folks are just there worshiping, doing whatever, and not harming anybody. Don Lemon up in there. I mean, what's going on up in here?
Someone should have
It's like-
taken Don Lemon out back and kicked the shit out of him. There.
Yeah.
They should have just said, cameras aside, taken him out back and just beat the fuck out of him. And just go, the next time you pull that shit, I'm gonna make sure somebody's got a gun and they end your life for doing shit like that. You fucking scumbag coming in here from CNN with your bullshit and trying that. The thing is, 100% of these people have never been punched in the face.
Yeah.
And it shows. They're so, Don Lemon is so fucking tough. You know, I'd love for him to pull this shit in Russia.
Yeah.
They'd take him out and drown him in a
Dude,
river. if
he could
did
just
that.
try to do it in a
You know what I
black
mean?
church.
Simply-
Go to a fucking black church and try that shit. I dare you, you stupid fuck.
Go
Oh,
to
well, some
one of
people
those
saying go in the
crazy
mosque.
white churches where they dance with
Go to a
serpents
mosque.
and try that
Yeah.
shit. They'll put
Yeah.
the snakes on you, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go in the Muslim mosque, bust up in there. They
Yeah.
probably got the
They
stuff on them
love
in
to be
there.
interrupted by homosexuals. They love black homosexuals to come in
Yeah.
there and explain to them how they're doing it all wrong with their religion. That's going to appeal to
Yeah.
them greatly, I'm sure.
And Don Lemon's another one of them, just like, oh, white supremacy, white this, white that, fuck white, and he getting just the hard cock of a white man.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what he's
perfect.
doing.
It's exactly how
I-
it should be.
I'm trying to grasp this
I
thing.
hope he prostitutes himself every time he opens his mouth and talks about this stuff because they're all such hypocrites.
Yeah.
But that's to be
all
expected.
all the ones I see talk about this white supremacy, I look over there and they be fucking white dudes. Like
They
men
know the
and
white
women.
supremacy
Men and
very
women. I'm
well.
just like,
They know it very well. They understand. We don't mess around.
He's a sub.
Our
That's
people,
for sure.
right, Corey?
Don Lemon said, I ain't never been on top. You know what I'm saying? I'm always a
Bro,
receiver.
For real.
Bro, all the real white supremacists are all these fucking immigrants coming here, man. Like, just the fact they're coming here, they're being like, your culture is so much better than ours.
That's true.
Give me a fucking break. It's ridiculous.
That's true.
Man, it's some crazy shit, Bo. And look, what's really wild about it is the fact that, of course, you got your politicians, you got your actors on TV and stuff. But now the NBA, you know they're gonna get involved in it. They canceled the game the other day between
No way.
Minnesota and the Golden State Warriors. They're playing it today. It was
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be yesterday,
Oh yeah.
but for some reason they need to move it today. For some reason, I mean, now hockey, they played their game yesterday. They're like, nigga, let's go play hockey. What we talking
Yeah,
about,
they're
man?
shit.
Some
people
dude
aren't
got
going to
shot
be
in the
mad at a
street.
hockey game. They don't give a shit.
Some dude got shot in the street, and they're
There ain't
like,
gonna be any problems.
you know, and the folks like, man, I got tickets to a hockey game, man. I ain't got time to mess with this shit. What y'all
Right,
talking
yeah.
about, man?
Is she?
Just make sure y'all
Is
out
the
of my way
dude
when I'm
still
trying
in
to
the
get to the
street?
stadium.
Yeah, can you get the dude out of the street? Because I have tickets to the game.
I'm trying to get
I
somewhere.
need to. This is going to be a problem.
Yeah, so you know there's gonna be a bout of activism. You know, Charles Barkley was talking about it the other day, and you know, every time Steve Kerr gets on the TV, a tear falls from his fucking
Yeah,
eye.
we know.
Like he's just
He's
always
such
in
a
the shit.
retarded
I
leftist.
can't believe I live in a country like this that I get paid millions of dollars to fucking coach basketball. What are you talking about, man? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
God.
You're rich
That
beyond
dude is
imagination.
Heavily boosted.
That's it. I mean, is he seven jabs or 8 jabs? I mean, that's what we're trying to figure out. Or he
And
just get a
each
Johnson
one,
and Johnson.
your IQ goes down at least 10 points.
10 points. So you know the NBA is going to jump on board on this. NFL hadn't done anything because they know that the last time they got involved in activism, it hurt their numbers, and they just ain't got time for their numbers to be hurt. Okay. And they also threw the dude out the league who started that shit was Colin Kaepernick. Like folks are like, oh, you know, Colin Kaepernick, you know, was a bad quarterback, and he was waning, but he would probably still be a serviceable quarterback. But when you start talking about those white owners and their billions of dollars, they ain't interested in your black ass doing nothing stupid on national television. But they will bring players back who beat their wives, shoot folks in the street, get caught with drugs, DUI, run people over. You know what I'm saying? If they think you got some worth on the football field. But when your ass started kneeling during the game, where folks were seeing it, they were like, I ain't looking to see that shit. And the ratings started going down. They said, oh, hell no. Okay? I mean, what you think this is? You know?
It's a
So it's
business
just
dealing.
Congress?
If you bring in enough money, maybe you can get away with shit. And if you're not, or you're costing money, like you're gonna go.
that's it. That's bottom line. That's bottom line. So, I mean, so the real question is, okay, is how much longer you think this is going to go on? We got another month, another 2 months? Will it be a week? A couple days? Will it go into the
it's-
summer?
they
Will we have
want
another
something.
summer of love? Summer of love? Another summer of love?
I hope not. I don't know. We know they
want
can shut
something-
it down in a fucking second if they want to, but it is this
Yeah, they
weird
can.
like battle between the state and the feds, and you know, states' rights is a thing, and also like allowing your citizens to get fucking put into an emergency situation is a thing that the feds can then act on. And you know, there's jurisdiction issues, but the feds can definitely come in if there's a big enough threat to enough people, and they definitely can fucking work with people. And this whole thing too, where people think like the cops are gonna fucking stand against ICE and like some federal fucking, you know, whatever National Guard shit. No, they're not, dude. Like they're not with you in this. The few might be, I don't know, but like as a whole, that's not gonna happen. So this weird fairy tale people are telling themselves is weird. And I don't know how much longer, but they've said Alaska and North Carolina are on fucking notice or whatever to go into Minneapolis or Minnesota. So could be any moment, but I think they're trying not to too, because it doesn't look good. People don't like
Cory
it
had
much.
he had called a couple of weeks ago there was a 99% chance of the Insurrection Act being enacted here.
You can do it. It's an insurrection. I mean, the governor and the mayors are fucking all like speaking that way. They're helping to organize it. Like, I just like whether people like that or not, like, is it legally an insurrection? Like, yeah.
Well, I would say this. The fact that they haven't done it yet is telling me that they're having enough legal pushback in the White House to where they're unsure. Right. And if they're unsure, what does that tell you? You know, these motherfuckers are willing to go in and steal a president out of a country, but they're not willing to fucking call the Insurrection Act. They must feel like they're in questionable legal standing.
Or maybe they're trying to give them enough rope to hang themselves with, right? Like maybe there's some other investigative aspect going on, right? That they're trying to get before they do anything else. I don't know, because with the fraud and corruption cases like simultaneous, like I just wonder what's actually going on.
See, what this
Who
leads
are they
me
trying to get for
kind
what?
of what this leads me to question is like everyone's complaining because Trump ain't arrested nobody yet, and Pam Bondi sucks because nobody's gone to jail, and like they brought all these cases against Letitia James and Comey, and like they all went away, right? And like Fauci ain't in jail. My question is he waiting? Is he going to do anything about this? Because I think this is all connected. Or is he waiting till like after the midterms when he has 2 years to basically chop heads and nobody can do a fucking thing and everyone will be voted in? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going. That's kind of what I'm very curious about with this administration. Are they really do they suck as bad as they seem like they suck, or are they biding their time till after the midterms? I hate to give them more. I don't know. I hate to give them more leeway because they seem to suck pretty fucking bad. But at the same time, I mean, they could come out swinging after the midterms. You never know.
It is interesting
I
that
think that they're.
Go ahead.
I think they're just working for Israel.
Yeah.
I think they just work for Israel, and they're trying to push everything for Israel as fast as they can, as hard as they can.
But see,
And
that's
I don't think that there's some like big second half of his administration push where they're like, all right, now we're actually going to round up all these people. I think he's going to do fuck all. I think he won't even make it through his entire 4 years. Somebody will take him out or something.
So when you look at
and yeah,
the thing is when you look at what's going on with Iran, like. So when Trump like had this big, we're going to come in, they stopped all the air traffic, and then like nothing happened. So I watched an analysis of like the aftermath of that, and basically the result of that was that burned that entire fucking agitator network in Iran, and that pissed off the Israelis pretty bad. And now we got all of we have one aircraft carrier, which is how many do we got? Like 6, 5? You'd think they'd send more if they were serious. But I think they got one aircraft carrier and a bunch of other destroyers and stuff that are just sitting over there somewhere, within missile firing range in case Iran acts up, right? And the talking head commentary is that they're probably going to do like last time and let the Israelis go in. And then when the Israelis are getting their ass kicked, then we'll go in and, do something, right? That's kind of the speculation. But this is a perfect opportunity for Trump to behead his masters and just let Iran take care of the job. Perfect opportunity. I swear to God, this is the only time I'm down on my hands and knees praying that he's doing the 9-dimensional chess that everyone's saying, and that this is his
Double
plan,
cross.
right? Like
The double cross.
the double cross, right? Like that would be the greatest thing in history, right? That would be I'm doing this for you, Kennedy, right? Like that would be the ultimate in avenging. So I got my fingers crossed for that. I don't know if I'd bet on it on Polymarket, but still, you got to look for hope wherever you can find it these days.
Is Polymarket a psyop to control people's opinions?
I don't know. It was founded by some fucking like 20-year-old Jew guy, and fucking I don't know how it works, but it seems like you can bet. It's ruined everything because now you can bet on everything, and now everything is open to influence because of betting. You can bet on it.
And then everybody, if you're somehow padding like the numbers or whatever, everybody just assumes that whatever's like winning is the thing that's going to happen.
What I'm really interested in with Polymarket is like
game theory in there.
There is some bots some people have created some bots that go in, and there's some that are like sure bets, like they're at like 98%, right? And you buy that and you win 2 cents, right? And there's these bots that go in, I guess, and you can just do that over and over and over again, making just a little bit on making 10 cents on every fucking thing that you're doing, and you do that thousands of times in a day, and you make all this money. So I'm very interested in looking into that before they make some change and you can't do that anymore, because that's always what inevitably happens.
I want that bot.
Yeah.
If you want to get rich, you got to play games. I don't care what the fuck. You got to play games.
It's all a game.
Everything is Las Vegas to a degree.
Oh, yeah, it is now. It's so much so that folks are actively looking at shit. So like last night, Dana White canceled a UFC fight because they seen some weird shit happening with the betting line.
Really?
Weird.
Which one?
Yep. Michael Johnson versus somebody else. But he said y'all aren't fighting. Like they got folks looking at the shit now. All of a sudden some weird shit started happening on the betting line, and they got monitors and all that shit now. So yeah, they got folk betting on everything, man. I mean, and so like Cory said, everything's open to influence. And all they're really doing is just siphoning money from people. That's it, because you're going to lose more often than not. There's a few people out there who are really good at it and they win, but that's a small collective of people. Most people get up there. That's why they say gambling addiction called such and such. Well, by the time you figure out you got it, you're broke. You having to suck dick for damn 25 cents on the damn corner, shit like that.
I watched the YouTube short the other day, and this kid found on Polymarket, will Jesus return before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out? And it was at a 50. It was at 50. It was at 50-50 betting odds.
That's awesome.
But like those things have like they have a clause. If it doesn't happen, then the shit goes away. Sometimes it's not like it's not like an actual bet. There's always an expiration date of the thing.
Well, look, we should put a betting line up there. Does the U.S. have a discombobulator weapon? Trump says that they do, and that was
okay. Can someone? I want to know what the fuck discombobulate means, and I want to know why those motherfuckers came back in little boxes, or if we're being punked, because I think that video might be like something else.
That's
true. No fucking way all these motherfuckers came back in shoe boxes. This is crazy.
And why would you admit it? Why would you admit it?
See, that sounds like some propaganda shit.
It's got to be.
Something.
It's got to be a psyop.
It has to be.
Even that sound weapon, which sounds very plausible. I have no doubts they can do that shit. They can microwave you from a mile away.
Yeah.
But even that story, how it came out from the quote unquote, it meets every bit of criteria of black propaganda. No known source. It's can't easily be proven or disproven. Right. It meets every single criteria of propaganda. So I can't help but think the whole story is just bullshit. Not that they can't do it. Not that they can't. They could probably nuke you from fucking. They probably got They got Jewish space lasers now. That's confirmed. So
that's for sure.
But yeah,
discombobulator. It sounds like a Ratchet and Clank weapon.
Yeah, there it is. They said it was crucial. It was crucial.
But also, these ops, these things, these propaganda. Sometimes that's trying to send a message to another country, right? Because the Russians have teams of people on American propaganda. I have no doubts. Every single word that comes out of American media is scrutinized by the Russian intelligence service. I have no doubts. And they know right off the bat what's bullshit and what's not, which is the funny thing, because they put out propaganda trying to scare certain nations, and those nations are like, bullshit. right?
Yeah.
So, guy, I
Well, I
really would love to
mean,
know the depths of Russian intelligence, what they really know, and because they got the entire Soviet archive plus all the new shit, and they're probably best in the world because you don't ever hear about them.
well, Trump has deemed this new weapon the discombobulator. That is the name of it. Okay.
Is that a technical term?
It's the best
Yeah,
discombobulator you've ever seen.
yeah, that's the name of the weapon, but he's not allowed to really talk about it. Okay, but it is a thing, right? Allegedly.
Oh,
So I
that's
mean,
got to be under some intelligence. That's got to be under some. That's got to be someone's IP, man, from like some 1950s sci-fi. The discombobulator.
Hey, I mean, Trump says that it was key. It was key in the taking of Maduro. All right, it was the number one weapon used. It rendered their technology useless, and then all of a sudden they come back in shoeboxes. Look, I mean, it sounds good to me.
I did. Sounds like Despicable Me. You know what I mean?
Is that what it sounds like?
Like some
Man,
bullshit fake spy weapon that they have. You know what I mean? Where you're like, yeah, come on, the discombobulator. We have to use the discombobulator to steal
Don't
to
we have
get the ruby back from the princess or whatever. you know?
Don't we have like international treaties against unconventional weapons?
No, we're the
Yeah,
U.S. I
but
don't
we
give a
don't
fuck about that.
follow them.
I don't give a fuck about your
Yeah.
national treaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see did Israel doesn't care about him either? Did you see Ben Smotrich? I quoted him in an episode I wrote where he said, we don't have to, Jews don't have to follow international law. That's
Yeah.
the good thing about being God's chosen people. You don't have to follow the law. And it's like, holy
There it
fucking
is.
shit. Like, there you go.
Like, did they really believe that, or is that just like the cover story? I just still can't figure that out after all these
That's
years.
the
look at their
belief. It's directly
behavior.
in the Bible.
They
the
can't
behavior
believe it. These
matches that
niggas are
belief.
white.
Yeah, but it's directly in there. They've got the belief now. You see, you've got to pass this belief through generation and generation of people. And I mean, and you see, and look, you go and you read it and you like, Israel, Jews, hey, that's me. You know, I am the chosen. We are the chosen. I see it. It's in here. So I mean, as I said before, I mean, America's founded upon Christianity. To go against Israel is to go against God, God Himself. I'm just letting you know, it's right there. I mean, these are the writings, okay? Whether you believe them or not, there's a large subset of people that believe it. There was a guy who posed a question to a preacher. He was like, "Now, think about this. If you know if you know what you know now, and we send you back, all right, and Israel comes, let's 3,000-4,000 years ago, whatever. Israel comes to invade your place. They're supposed to wipe all of you out when they went to the promised land. Do you take up arms, or do you take up arms and protect your family, or do you let them kill you because they are God's chosen people and this is what they're supposed to have?" And Bo, he froze up because his teachings are always this God's chosen people. So technically, you're supposed to sit there and take the massacre.
So
And
I
give
kind
them
of
your
like
shit.
the house that I bought back in 2010, but I don't live there anymore, and I'd really like to just go in and kill the guy that lives there and just take it back because it was mine at one time in the past.
You were there
I think
It's
first.
alleged.
fucking great.
This is alleged.
I was there first.
Playground rules.
So ridiculous. They have to know that
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's one of those they know that we know that we know that they know things.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's when,
Oh,
at what
right.
point in time do you say give up the charade? We all know what's going on here.
Well, you
Yeah.
can't shame a person who has no shame, though, Corey. That's the thing, is that you can point out these wild inconsistencies in their story, and they just go, eh.
Yeah.
I've never
Like they
included.
don't feel any
I've
sort
never
of
thought of it from that
guilt
angle.
or you can't
That's
shame.
crazy.
You go, I'll show you how ridiculous you are. It's like, I'm impervious to ridicule. I am who I am. You can't ridicule me any more than I've already been ridiculed by Mother Nature to be this way.
Plus, you're not really a
Yeah.
human. you don't really count, so it doesn't matter.
And Ranger was talking on Rumble about the Bible goes through lots of times God punished Israel. Yeah, but it's still his folk. I'm picking up what you put down. Yeah, I mean, because hell, they been walk around in the desert for fucking 40 years. The place they need to go 5 miles up the road. How that happened, I don't know. I mean,
Just
how
never
y'all got
stopped to
lost in
ask
a
for
5 mile
directions the
radius?
entire
I
time they were out
mean,
there.
I mean, it's just like, man, it's right up the road, man. I mean, how'd y'all want for 40 years? Y'all just out here running, wandering around. It's like, okay, that's weird within itself. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that when folks read passages and then they get in front of a congregation or a group of people and they start preaching or prophesying to them, they leave all that shit out. Because folks come in there to listen and to receive, not to read themselves and learn. That's what folks are there because they don't want to do the legwork. The legwork's difficult. So you get somebody up there who can talk really well, and we know this, then they could just scam them into believing, oh, yeah, God chosen people, man. We can't lose. How can we lose? We're entitled to this. The Holy Land, that's our land. Holy, I know y'all been chilling there. I know y'all been there, but I feel like it's ours. And if I go look at the scripture, God says that shit's ours.
This
So
is
I
like
need
some
to come kick your
WWE
ass and
shit.
take it.
And I know you got the championship belt, man, but that's mine. That's mine. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna take it.
that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you use that, you use buzzwords, catchphrases, people getting their feelings, and all of a sudden, you get a whole set of people to believing that they can't lose and that the world is theirs because God said so.
But they're not even the real Jews anyways, I thought.
And they don't know that. We appreciate everybody for being with us on this episode of Day Zero. Whether they were black Jews, white Jews, Chinese Jews, Japanese Jews, Indian Jews, Brazilian Jews. We're not sure, okay? But that's all right. We appreciate everybody for being with us today. Denver Broncos did lose 10-7. So no Super Bowl for them. No Super Bowl
Boo.
for them. And the reason I asked if it was snowing but I mean it was cold out there, but it was all right until like 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and then you couldn't see the field.
Oh, wow.
Snowed his ass off.
Yeah.
Hoping everybody if anybody's in the storms, hoping you're okay. I know I seen where Tennessee, like 800,000 people were without power and shit like that. So I think moving up north, there was a whole lot more. We were supposed to get hit, but we just got some rain, really. A little bit of ice, and then it just started raining. So everybody, I hope everybody's safe, warm, well fed, of course. So we're gonna go around the round table and see if we got anything new. Lindsey, we'll start with you.
Yeah, go to roguesoul.org. I have the retreat is technically open for summer. I feel like those spots are all gonna be gone really soon, so I don't even know why I'm mentioning it. But
You get any
I
hotties
also,
there?
huh?
You get any hotties there?
Always the hottest at
Really?
the Rogue Soul retreats. You go look at the pictures, dude.
I'm gonna have to go one of these years if that's the case.
Just in case. Yeah, this time we're going up to the Cascades in Washington, so we'll be in Washington State, and I've got my dream walking class coming up starting on February 1st. So if you want to learn how to astral travel and use your dreams to actually get shit done, then that's for you. Otherwise, the shows are happening as always. You can find it on any podcast platform, Rumble, Twitter, other places. Roguesoul.org. Buy the books. That's all.
Okay, Charlie, go
Macroaggression
ahead, fire.
Yeah, Macroaggressions is on YouTube. Did you know that? It's funny. I got my channel back after 4 years. So if you're somebody that gets your videos on YouTube, go look it up. You'll find it. I've got like 7,500 followers or something like that when they cut me off. So you found the right one if you find that. I'm repopulating it slowly well, not slowly, as fast as I can actually, with all the back episodes, but I had like 350 of them to put up. So Matt Raymer's been doing that for me. So it's almost caught up. to current day. But check it out there. Macroaggressions.io, activistpost.com.
Oh, Cory Hughes, CoryHughes.org, bloodhistory.substack.com, Wonderful History JFK book, Lee Harvey Oswald in Black and White. 3 books coming up this year, potentially, if he gets off his ass.
Ain't no
And
potentially about it.
Okay. And it's -2 in West Virginia. I think I just seen that. So y'all niggas are froze up there. xcube420.com. We appreciate everybody for being with us. Hope everybody stays safe. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace out.